Hello, it is Saturday the 8th of December, and in this video I'm looking at the latest Lotto result, which I am going to analyse and make a prediction. So it was machine Lancelot set balls 2, so draw 2, 3, 9, 5, numbers were these numbers, and this is my analysis of the result. So looking at the chart for Lancelot and limiting the draws to 2, 3, 9, 4, and switch on the analysis for draw 2, 3, 9, 5, and the analyzer shows that number 1 was most overdue and 13 was most overdue for its frequency. So also 13 was second most overdue with Lancelot as well, so those two numbers could possibly have been predicted from that. And then if we look at numbers paired with number 1 and the current trend machines, which are Guinevere and Lancelot, based on the recent draw history. So if we narrow it down to just those two machines, so the only 4 machines that have been used since draw 2066, when the numbers went up to 59, are Merlin, Arthur, Guinevere and Lancelot. So I've eliminated the results for draws where Merlin and Arthur have been used, so now we're just looking at Guinevere and Lancelot because the other machines haven't been used since draw 2066. So on this chart, if we now look at only the draws where number 1 was drawn, then we can see that main number 6 is most frequent with number 1 and those two machines, or it has been since draw 2066. So number 6 most frequent with number 1. So if you predicted 6 from that, then that would be quite amazing. And also if we look at the chart for number 6, then you can see there's number 1 most frequent, and if we narrow it down to the current trend sets of balls, which are sets 1 to 4, then if I eliminate the other 4 sets that have been used since draw 2066, which are sets 5 to 8, then out of just 5 draws you can see that the only number that's occurred twice with main number 6 is number 1. So it's most frequent. So we've looked at that chart, that one, and that one. So those are all the coincidences. So from that we could possibly have got 3 numbers, and the others, no idea why they came out, to be honest. See, these are all the numbers that stood out, and these are the only ones that were remotely predictable from that. So all these other numbers that stood out didn't come out in the draw, so it stands to reason though. I mean, if you count how many different numbers there are here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 out of 59 numbers, the odds are that only one of them will be drawn. Because if you divide 7 by 59 and then multiply by 6, then round it off to the nearest integer, the result will be 1. So I can just show you that in a quick equation. So there's 59 numbers altogether. 7 of them stand out as most overdue for the frequency, that's the purple ones. And then if we put that in brackets and multiply the result by the number of main numbers that get drawn in the draw. 50.6. Why on earth? No, I've got that backwards actually. Right, the correct equation is number of drawn. That's how many numbers are drawn, 6, multiplied by how many are most overdue for the frequency, and divide by the total number of numbers, 0.71. Now if we round that to the nearest integer, see, 1. So the laws of averages predict that only one of these numbers will be drawn. Now personally I thought it was going to be 29 because that pops up 3 times, but it wasn't, it was 13. So maybe in the next draw 29 will come out. And let me just show you this is what I've been working on. So hang on a minute, let me just align this to the correct criteria, which is all machines and sets of balls and all the numbers individually, not limiting the number of draws, since draw 2066. So now 29 pops up on here, and you notice there's a letter M there. I'm treating this number as though it's a virtual number, and this is the virtual number M. Now the other numbers, for each number what I do is count how many times it's occurred and look at what draw it came out in last. Now we can treat M as a number, and you'll notice it's come out more times than the most frequent number. You see, look at the chart, you see the most frequent number is 54. 54 has come out 46 times. However, if you look at M as being a number, M being whichever number is most overdue for its frequency in any draw, notice it's a different number in different draws, it changes. So sometimes it's 58, sometimes 23, sometimes 29. Now this is counting how many draws it's been the same number for, or how many draws it is, how many draws have taken place since the number that was most overdue for its frequency occurred. And we're currently up to 19. So it started off as 35, but then it changed to 29. Now the reason why it changes is because if you look at the vertical and horizontal components of each number, multiply them together to get the area, the number with the biggest area is the one that's most overdue for its frequency. Now on this chart, for example, you can see there's 29 and there's 54. Now as the draw history increases, then we get new lines added at the bottom. So that means that this rectangle gradually grows one line at a time, and so does this one, gradually grows one line at a time. Now eventually, because this one's wider, eventually that's going to be bigger than this one. So as the draw history advances, the number changes to more frequent numbers. So you can see on this chart, if it carries on without 54 or 29 coming out, then eventually 54 will become the one that is most overdue for its frequency. So in other words, M will equal 54 eventually, if it carries on. Now I'm not predicting that it will carry on, but if you look, it started off as 35, right? So M occurred in draw 2376 when it was 36. That came out, reset this to a 0, reset the counter, started counting when 35 was most overdue for its frequency, but eventually 29, which is more frequent than 35, took over, so M changed from 35 to 29. The count continued, it's now up to 19. So basically, here's a little strategy. This is my one number hot pick strategy. So we're now up to 19 draws. So it's gone on for 19 draws now. So that means we need to put 17 lines. 17 lines on number 29 to cover losses of £100 and make a £2 profit. So if you're following this strategy, put £17 on number 29. 17 one number hot picks, and if 29 comes out, then you will win, I think it's £120. Not sure if that's right, but I think £102 is the amount that you'd win for 17 one number hot picks. And then the problem is, then if 29 doesn't come out, then in the next draw it goes from 17 up to 21, and with each draw it increases exponentially. So hopefully 29 will come out sometime soon. So I'm sort of hoping that it will. Now if you look at numbers paired with 29, you can see 18 stands out with that. And if you've been watching me recent videos, you'll know I keep going on about 29 and 18. And so basically I'm just going to put the same numbers on in this draw as what I put on in the last draw. So if you want to know what numbers they were, then just watch my previous video, the one for draw 2394. So that basically concludes this video. So good luck in tonight's draw, and bye for now.